What is your relationship like with the algorithms?
We don't even think about the algorithms.
Really? You just
No.
throw stuff up.
We just post and hope for the best. Post and hope for the best.
Because there's a bunch of, obviously there's a lot of shorts creators that are like, I fell out of the algorithm. There's no way I can get back in. Like it's ruining my
That's the
content
thing.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you can fall out of the algorithm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's going to be because you didn't pay attention to the fact that your stuff wasn't doing good for a while.
Right.
Mixed with maybe you took some breaks, in my opinion. I don't think it just one day snaps.
It just doesn't just happen.
Yeah. Maybe you tried to take a turn in your content and it didn't turn out right. But at the end of the day, I think good content wins.
Yeah.
You know, even if you
I can agree with you.
Sometimes I think making good videos can be tougher for people who have an audience because it gets pushed to your audience first. But if you're a new creator, if you make a really good video, then it gets pushed to random people.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
When you started going, when you started trying gaming content, did you know like your audience from your couple content was going to come over, or were you thinking you're starting it brand new?
Yeah, I don't think they really did.
They didn't.
To be honest with you. Yes, now a lot of people know my wife and I.
Right.
No, I mean on my Instagram, I had like 70K on my Insta, and then I was like, then I started making gaming content, and I'm at 290. Maybe I shouldn't say they didn't. Maybe some of them did.
Yeah.
Because my wife's on Instagram, but a lot of the people. I mean, I have people on my stream now who are like, "Who's Megan?" So that's a positive thing in my opinion.
Of course, yeah.
Because it's our audience is not the same.
Right.
A gaming audience and then a Megan and I's audience, not the same. Because we have a lot of couples, and maybe some of the boyfriends game.
Yeah, makes sense.
Some of the husbands game, you know, some of the girls.
And she does fitness stuff as well.
Yeah.
So
on her personal account,
you guys just do your own stuff, and then y'all just kind of part ways for a little bit, do your content separately, and then you come back together.
Yeah. So our content's first and foremost, most important.
Of course, yeah.
And then it's like our stuff is we have our separate stuff that we're building with. Like my wife's working with an app right now, a fitness app, and I'm super happy for her.
Mm-hmm.
So she's been doing that, doing like photo shoots for them, videos.
What's the app?
That's her thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're happy for her.
Yeah, I am happy for her. Yeah. Baby Bell.
Baby Bell cheese.
But I forgot the name of the app. I'll be completely honest.
Yeah. All good.
But it's because in her head, she was like, and she also said to me, she's like, this is just my thing. And I was like, great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, it's important whenever you do what we do, in my opinion, to have your own stuff.
Yeah.
Or else you start to lose your identity.
Yeah. I can imagine. Have you seen other couples get it like that happen to them?
They won't say that.
Yeah.
But absolutely.
You're thinking about
because then it's like, especially if like you have a page where it's like everything's about the wife.
Right.
Then you feel like a loser as a husband.
Really?
In my opinion,
In your
absolutely.
opinion?
I mean, when Megan and I first started, it was like a lot of the stuff was me and like my reaction to things and that type of thing. And she was like, everyone says you're funny.
Right.
You know, we had a time where we got recognized and someone goes up to us and they were like, oh my God, points at me and goes, you're hilarious. And looks at Megan and goes, so great meeting you guys, and then walks away. And she was like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was a long time ago.
Like that's not nearly as bad as it could be.
But now it's both of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
everything's both of us. So like there's that aspect. Yeah, there's a certain aspects like that where you have to be careful.
You ever have to check your ego? Either one of you guys' ego? Yeah. It's hard to get recognized in public all the time with that handsome face.
Yeah, of course. Of course. I would like to think that my wife and I, especially after comparing myself to meeting tons of creators,
right?
I would like to think my wife and I are humble. Everyone wants to think they're humble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You wouldn't believe how humble I am.
But I think that my wife and I are like, we really truly view it as like, okay, we are just in a space where people happen to recognize us.
Yeah.
And it's just what we chose. And so I'll be like at poker or something, someone recognizes me at the table and they're like, oh my God, they'll say, you're famous, right? And I'm like, I'm really not. I'm not.
Right, yeah.
I just make content. I make content that people happen to see, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like, because I'm like, nah, famous is like, you know, Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't go out. I can go out.
Yeah.
I'm fine. You know?
You're good.
I'm good. But there's definitely some people that I've been like, man, you need to humbly check yourself that I've met.
Yeah,
and don't get me wrong, I've definitely had moments where I'm like, I feel good. You know, I feel real good about what I do. But no, I mean, I think it always, what comes around goes around on that.
Yeah.